Hi, I'm Sunidita Chatterjee, co-founder Searching Soulmate, and I am back with another interesting topic on our channel. But before we call our guest, I want you to think about certain situations. Number one, you have moved from one city to another for your personal reason or for professional reason, and you miss home, and you wish that if there was some community to help you through this journey of yours, the new journey of yours. Second situation can be you have taken a sabbatical or a break, you are qualified from your work, and you start from where you had left. Third, you are a manager, you run your own organization, you run a team, and you are seeing that in your team members are going through a lot of highs and lows as far as emotion is concerned. That is affecting the productivity of your work. Help me welcome Komalika Guhorai, our guest for today's podcast, and I'm very excited to have her with us today. As while before we got into chatting, we realized that we have a soul connection simply because what we do is Soulmate on our platform. Consciously and subconsciously, she reflects the same ideologies in an individual capacity. She has roughly 25 years of experience, both as working in corporations and as an entrepreneur since 2018. So she is an entrepreneur, she is a business coach, and she is an independent director. Please welcome Komalika.
Hello everyone.
So Komalika, if you could share your journey from being a technology professional to becoming a woman entrepreneur.
Okay, so I started as a developer, coder, way back in 2002. And around 2006, I moved into leadership role. I never enjoyed coding much. I always loved the mix of business, team leading, people management, etc. Then from 2006 to 2010, I was working in Calcutta in various leadership roles, but mostly in software companies. Around 2010, I shifted to Mumbai, and that was a product company, a gaming company. So again, a leadership role, of course. And since 2010 till 2017, I was working with some brands and couple of startups, but as an employee, of course. And around 2018 January, I started my own venture.
So what motivated this shift?
Couple of things. One is the independence of decision making. I was always an independent person. I wanted to take decisions that impacts the business, the people, and the process, etc. And in an organization, sometimes I felt a little stuck. I couldn't open myself, and that's the reason I left a brand like Disney and I shifted to startup. Because startup gave me that exposure, liberty, and I could understand the business from end to end. In a brand like Disney or any brand, I was just the cog of a huge machinery. And in a startup, I could get exposure to manage the entire machinery, to learn business. And then around 2017 and 2018, I thought I'm now confident enough to try something on my own, where I'll be able to manage a couple of functions. I mean, it's not that I knew all about business and all. It was an experiment whether I have it in me or not. Because running an organization, running people, providing them, it's as challenging as it gets. You know that. Okay, so yeah, and I also had the thing that I want to create employment in an industry where people are not understood correctly, people are not trained correctly, people are not guided. So I want to create employment in that space where I kind of build people, not just employ that, mentor them, build them. I enjoyed mentoring since, like, I don't know, when I like in school also I was in such kind of activities. So yeah, these are the motivational factors.
You know what happens in today's world? You have had such an illustrated career. I have had such a large career, and today I'm an entrepreneur. What happens in the work life, a professional life, which is karma of the human being, and it is our biggest identity. During our offline meetings, okay, or when we have spoken to our users or subscribers, what we have come to know is that there is a lot of pressure or stress for a professional. There are two predominant reasons. One is internal, one is external. External reasons, we all know, it's a competitive world. It is so much of high pressure. There is numbers driven. And internally, we think that, am I liking this job? Am I cut out for this job? Do I do something else where I will be more? I'll have more achievement. So this conflict often results in what do I say? Less productivity. So what we offer in our platform is, always it is important that we delve deep inside us, understand who we really are, self introspect. And on Searching Soulmate, we have a set of advisors who help us understand us better, so that we can give 100% or more than what we are supposed to give, not only to the society but also as a profession. We recently did one social networking event on our platform. We called it Sari Not Sorry, and it was designed specifically for women. And during that event, we came across various issues which an urban women face nowadays, which is not restricted only to the work-life balance or being a single mother or trying to do a balancing act. So taking a cue from there, tell me something, what motivated you to provide this opportunity for women, the financial independence post 40 years?
It's not just post 40 years, it's for any woman, for whatever reasons, who could not really be on the path of their career quite steadily. Something broke it, something broke the path. So, I mean, me being an entrepreneur, having so much experience in corporate, I felt the urge that if I could make an impact and if I could somehow motivate them to find a direction, okay, of becoming something they would value, which will make them financially, emotionally and psychologically well balanced. So yeah, there are two stories I would like to describe here. One, there's this young girl, very young, married at a quite young age. My HR brought her to me. She was a Mumbai girl, born and brought up in Mumbai, having a steady career in retail business. She was with Reliance Retails and all that for 7-8 years, but she had to leave career because she was married off to a place where she's not allowed to work outside. So I was like, okay, my HR insisted that I should have a conversation with her. After talking to her, I realized that she has studied science. She's quite smart, and all she needs is a little bit of remote working opportunity where she can do the bit on the personal side also and can work and make a living for herself, at least be financially independent. So I created a role for her, trained her on digital marketing and some data operations. And it's about 6 months. She's now a regular employee. She joined as an intern, then on a stipend. Now she's a regular employee working on client projects and remotely. Digital marketing and data entry doesn't need anyone to go to office. Yes. And there's this another woman who was a friend in Mumbai. Quite nice. We would eat outside, we'll hang out together, and suddenly I realized she writes quite well. she would send me messages, write my birthday messages, etc. I just, and at that time I was launching a magazine. I was in search of young writers, like fresh writers, not young, fresh writers. So I just told her, why don't you write for me? I mean, a couple of sample articles, and if it works well for both of us, then we may think of something. So she's like, no, I won't be able to do properly. I said, just give it a shot. And then she started writing. Today she has a regular and career as a content writer with one of my co-founding companies. So yeah, these are the two stories. All I did was one came to me where I understood the person and I created a path for them, and the other one where I nudged the person and kind of help them find a direction. Me being in my position, and whatever way, I try to create opportunities, and I feel this is my way of helping people to be heard and seen in the best possible ways.
That is exactly even what we are trying to do at Searching Soulmate. Through the Sari Not Sorry vertical, we are trying to give platform to these women where they feel safe, as you rightly said, heard and seen, and without any social stigma or barriers, and feel themselves and can do that introspect not only with themselves but with the fellow members and come out with a better version of themselves. Something. What do you think is the biggest challenge or barrier for women who re-enter the workforce? And women have ample amount of reason for taking a break. Okay, ample and more. So what are the barriers? And the second part of the question is, you have been a women founder, co-founder in many spaces. What are the challenges that you faced personally, and how do you think is the environment evolving over time?
Okay. The first part is biggest barrier. I think it is again that typical HR term, competency backend, because you have had experience in certain fields, certain areas, but when you are trying to re-enter, you are not in touch. First thing. And you want something little more comfortable, not just a little more adjusting. You may not be able to fit in that kind of environment where you used to, right? You want a little different, little bit supportive. So I think that's the biggest challenge. Nobody is ready to understand. Nobody is ready to understand or adjust according to resources needs or a employees needs.
It is always the bigger picture.
People want you to be ready, plug and play, and they want you to function as they please. People lack empathy. That's the right word. People lack empathy. So the lack of empathy and compassion in workforce is the biggest barrier for women.
Okay.
It is also for men, yes, but for women it is greater because we come with a lot of complexities, a lot of responsibilities. I'm not being gender biased here, but it is what it is. That's one. Second part of your question is me, to be honest, I have not faced a lot of challenges being a woman, to be honest. I mean, I never had the equal pay challenge. In fact, even in my peers, I was the kind of highest paid. I made sure of that. Okay.
Is this because of who you are, or is this because times are changing, or is it both?
It is because who am I? Times are not changing.
Okay.
I mean, if you ask me, it's a pretty long career, many diverse environments, different cultures. I don't think times are changing. Because I have friends my age, they had huge career when I started with them. Today they are not doing anything. They will give you one reason: we are prioritizing family. But deep down, as your platform, the thing your platform is working on, Searching Soulmate, they are not emotionally well. They are unhappy. but they are just high functioning. Somewhere they are covering it up. They are not happy because when they talk to me openly, they clearly say we are not happy.
Okay.
But as you said correctly, people are in denial and they are not doing anything to change it. So they are unhappy, they are not emotionally well.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Kamalika. Having worked in many corporations, getting your due, which is financially, a lot depends on not only your qualification but also how you come across, how you project yourself, how you portray yourself. That is the one point I totally agree with. And that is exactly what we are also trying to do on our platform. It is all about, introspection, what we are, how we are good at certain levels, okay, what are our challenges, and take help of the platform so that, you can do justice to what you are and be a better version of yourself. Searching soulmate in today's technically driven world, okay, with platforms like Searching Soulmate and what you do, okay, do you think it fosters deeper connection, inclusivity, not just work but beyond workplace?
The boys just stopped coming to work. He stopped taking calls. Otherwise, he's not that kind of a person. Then we were like, what happened? Then we figured he lost some money in share market and he is depressed and he's not able to concentrate. So I sat with him, convinced him that you speak to your parents, speak to your family, figure out some solution. We also kind of helped in a personal capacity in whichever we could. And now he's a little better. He's back to work and life and all of that. So yeah, it's the same person. So for me, it's never really work or personal. I emphasize greatly on work-life balance. I mean, I make sure that I respect people's personal time. I respect that they need breaks. And yeah, platforms are like yours are quite a necessity, I would say, in today's world. But the challenge would be, I think, if the person is aware that he or she needs to approach somebody like Searching Soulmate to feel better emotionally inside their head. So I also practice, great inclusivity. As I said, there is no gender bias, there is no community bias. It's an open community. It's more of a community than a company or a corporate. So yeah, and as I said, Searching Soulmate like entities are required in this world. But again, somebody has to voluntarily approach the platform.
So that is what we try to do. Many a times what happens, the individual is not aware that he or she needs that kind of a help. Okay, so we provide that platform. We are trying to provide that platform where they feel included, safe, and heard. That we come to an end of our discussion. Thank you, Kamalika, for bringing so much of insight in today's discussion. I wish you all the very best, that whatever you are doing, please spread your sense of inclusivity, your community building, making someone believe in themselves to many parts of the world, as that is something which is really the need of the hour. And thank you for adding so much of sense to what we do in Searching Soulmate. It really gives a lot of confidence that we are on the right path. Thank you so much. We would love to have you again.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.